what it is. And the story that I want to talk about today, along with Jerry and Christian, is the journey of the last 3 years and how we've gone about trying to really create a culture change. And it's a culture change that suggests that our focus cannot be on ourselves. And that's easily said and hard to do, because so many companies look at themselves and look at their customers through their own eyes. The COO of Hilton this morning talked about similar themes in terms of riding on our coattails, and obviously we've got a proud history that we could easily ride on. But when we challenged ourselves to look at not our profitability, but how are our customers performing, we were a little stymied in terms of exactly how to do that. Now, we've got hundreds of sales folks, and we're very proud of our sales organization. We feel that they do a very good job. They're out in the field with our customers every day. And I think that those 300 or 400 guys do have a good perspective on what our customers are looking for, but it was difficult for them in an effective means to translate back into the broad organization what that meant and how we should respond and behave to that. So we found ourselves spending a lot of time in meetings and kind of debating what are the right investments, capital investments, tactical investments, what are the right things for us to do. We based it on what we thought. And when you hear executives sit around the table talk about what they know, if what they know is not based on some sort of systematic approach, it becomes dangerous, because then it just becomes essentially an opinion. So we really felt that it was necessary for us to change, to do something different. And in 2007, our CEO at the time launched a very interesting thought as part of a corporate objective. He said, this year we're going to figure out a way to measure our value with customers. And a team was put together, and that team included Christian and myself and several other folks, commercial folks, people from a variety of different backgrounds. And we looked around. We looked around at different means, different capabilities that were out in the public domain for measuring value. And we looked at all the big ones. I'm sure a lot of them that you guys either have looked at yourselves or perhaps are even using. Gallup has a mechanism, Bain has a mechanism, J.D. Powers has a mechanism. There are a number of different mechanisms. But they weren't going to get us where we wanted to go, because they were largely based on things like satisfaction and loyalty, and it really didn't help us understand our value. And our challenge to ourselves was, how do we not only understand our profitability, but our customers' profitability? And how do we impact that? And are we making a difference to their business? Are we making a difference financially to them? So we felt that we had good, strong relationships, and we felt, and the market would demonstrate, we had good loyalty, but we didn't know the answer to this question. We didn't know if we were helping them make more money than the competition. And we really felt that that was the key question. This quote here came from our current CEO in terms of, why do we even exist? We're a company that makes materials. We're essentially a melter and a material converter. We take glass and sand, or we take sand and we turn it into glass. We coat it with chemicals, and that's insulation. We take glass or sand and we turn it into glass, and we put asphalt on it and granules on it, and that's a roofing product. So we essentially take minerals and turn it into a product, and we sell that product. But we knew, we had a theory, we had a hypothesis that customers valued us for more than just the products we sold. We knew that our customers loved that Pink Panther, as one example, so they valued us for our marketing capability and the products we sold. And we had a hunch that it was even beyond that, but we didn't have a good way in order to measure it. So I mentioned that we are looking around for some help, and we found the help that we are looking for in Jerry's company, in Valkre. And this was 3 years ago. And what we started to do was to focus ourselves, to focus our sales teams, to focus our commercial organization, and once and for all answering this question, do we help our customers make more money than the competition? Now, we at first, as we were kind of putting our toe in the water here, we did this on a consulting basis, and we got a point of view, and we felt that that was of interest, and so we started to exercise that point of view. We talked to a handful of customers, we learned how they felt about us. That merged into action plans, and as we started to work on those action plans, we saw our customers respond very favorably. We saw our share, our position, whether that be our share, our margin dollars, our revenue, where we had exercised this process, we saw it improving. And that really was the beginning of our process in working with the Valkre organization to build a capability. And what I would suggest we have at Owens Corning today is a capability that we have trained 400 folks in our commercial organization, that we have created a systematic approach so that we, on an ongoing basis, operate a system whereby, how did you do the laser on this? Is it this top? There we go. Whereby we have a different conversation with customers. This was based in the methodology that we learned from Valkre, and it is a rigorous methodology. It's not something that you can mail in. It's sitting down with the customer face to face. We always travel to the customer's location. We always sit down with them. We talk to the decision makers, the general managers, and we have a conversation about their value. This is us talking 5% and then talking 95%. And we explore in a regimented way, and Christian will share that with you, how we're helping them make money. Are we helping them achieve their financial goals? Are we leading to their profitability? And if we are, how are we doing that, and what is it worth to them? That data, individually and collectively, is now how we run Owens Corning. So on a customer-by-customer basis, we have a point of view that says, these are the things that our customers want us to invest in order to improve their profitability. And we've applied a systematic approach by virtue of some software that allows us to aggregate that all together. So we can say across our 500 largest customers, what are the top 3 things that they want us to work on to improve in order to collectively improve their profitability? And these are important questions, and they're even more important answers. Because now we can build that perspective not based on what we think, but what we know, because it's our customers that are telling us. And not only are they telling us, I can tell you, and any one of our commercial folks that have access to our system can tell you who said it, what they said, and how much they said it was worth. And so now you have the basis for establishing a business case. So if we need to make an investment in our replenishment capability, if we need to change our logistics platform, and it's going to cost us money, and many times, these are investments, then we can look at that from a business standpoint in a very classical fashion and say, yes, but look what it's worth to our customers. If we invest $1 million and it creates $10 million of value for our customers, isn't that an investment we'd be willing to make? Thirdly, in terms of this systematic approach, not only are we creating value in a very real way, and we'll show you some examples, but it gives our sales organization now an entirely different conversation with their customers. It's not only a conversation in terms of, here are the things that you told us and that we're working on in order to create value for our organization, but our sales folks are now selling more than Owens Corning products. They're selling Owens Corning. They're selling a capability across our enterprise, inclusive of supply chain, marketing, sales, packaging, logistics, you name it. Think of the universe of value, because this process has allowed us to engage our enterprise and all the different fractions that exist within that enterprise on behalf of customers. And that is the breakthrough, that we have a means now that we can engage across the 16,000 employees of Owens Corning, whether they be in Shanghai or Toledo, to get them engaged in the actions that create value for our customers, and not just what we think, what we know, because it's what they've told us. So this is a continuous cycle. I would say that we're entering our 4th year of turning the crank here. So that means for many customers, we've interviewed them 1, 2, and 3 times. And the extent to which this is a dynamic situation cannot be overexpressed. The things that create value for our customers is continually changing with the economy and with their own progress. So obviously the conversations we had 2 years ago in the housing market was a lot different than it is today, or indeed it was certainly a lot different than it was a year ago. The things they were looking for from Owens Corning to help their business, they were very different. And so we now operate this as the means with which we inform the company. We, in fact, did achieve a 600% ROI in the first year as we operated this process, and that story just continues to get better and better.